Thank you everyone for being on this call. I'm super excited to have you and to share with you a little bit about Beachbody coaching. I'm going to open up some slides so that you can just have some visual aids. I'm a very visual person, so that always helps me. But if you're just listening, you're going to get a lot out of this too. So this is our Beachbody coaching Q&A. If you are here, it's because there's something about coaching that resonates with you. There's something about helping others and getting healthy and earning additional income for your family that just strikes something inside of you. And I know that's how it was for me. I started coaching right after I had my third child, and I had 3 kids in 3.5 years. So I was definitely with my hands full, but I just felt like I wanted to do something that would really reach a lot of lives. And obviously being a mother, you are reaching a lot of lives and you are doing an incredibly important job. And I felt that. I've always loved being a mom. I've always loved investing in my kids. I stay home with them full time, and they really are my joy and my life. But I also grew up as a pastor's daughter, and we started a church in our home. And I just always grew up raised with the view of living your life to help others, living your life to change lives for the better, taking those who are just needing some direction and some encouragement and just wrapping your arms around them and helping them. That's what my parents have devoted their entire lives to. And I guess I just soaked it up by being in the home. And it's always been something that just brings life to me. However, after having my 3 kids, I was not in any position to be doing any helping of anyone. I was at the end of my energy. I was at the end of my just end of my mind, really. It was overwhelming, to say the least, to have so many kids in such a short amount of time. And I felt that loss, having previously been so involved in my church and in serving others, to just be so needy. I felt like I needed help just to get through the day. And a lot of that neediness came from me being in a very bad place with my health. I actually wasn't eating enough. I was eating handfuls of goldfish for lunch when I could grab them. I was eating mostly carbs and dairy, macaroni and cheese, pizza, whatever was quickest and easiest. I was in ultimate survival mode, but it really wasn't serving me because I wasn't fueling my body well. On top of that, I was breastfeeding, and that just pulled so many nutrients out of my body that I was feeling awful. I was feeling like I had no energy. I would put the kids to bed at 7:30 and I would fall asleep right after. I wasn't having time with my husband. It was a very difficult time for me. And that's when I found Beachbody coaching. And there was just something about that idea of investing in my own health first, because you're of no use if you're not strong yourself. So that idea of investing in my own health first, and then reaching out and being able to, from my home, with my kids, with an internet connection, that's all I needed, be able to really reach out to other women who I knew were struggling just like I was, and just help them. And the only thing I needed to do to help them was encourage them, love them, motivate them with my own journey, and keep each other accountable. I didn't have to come up with a nutrition plan. I didn't have to come up with a workout. I was starting at zero. There was no way I could do something like that. But because Beachbody had all the programs created, all I needed to do was just love people and help them by encouraging them, sending them messages. It was something that felt so monumentally helpful, but required so little energy and time and effort. And so it was perfect for me because I didn't have a lot of time or energy or effort to put into helping others, but I had this just gnawing desire inside of me to be doing that with my life. And so that's how I started into Beachbody coaching. And that's why I really love sharing it with other people, because not only has it sort of brought me back to life in my physical health, it's brought me back to life in this passion of mine of helping other people and seeing the transformative work that getting healthy physically can do, how that can just change everything. So thank you for being here, and thank you for listening to what I have to say. The team that I lead is called the Shine Tribe, and we are all about investing in ourselves so that we are full of radiance and hope. We are all about being unafraid of our own shadows, being unafraid of the imperfections that we have. Just this past week, one of my coaches just shared a picture of her in a bathing suit that she had not felt comfortable in over 8 years. And she doesn't have the perfect body. None of us do. But what she has gained is this confidence and this just being unafraid of her imperfections, because we all have them. And the power that we have is when we can acknowledge them and still be triumphant, because we've been created with amazing power and beauty that perfection is almost, it's almost a waste. I think our imperfections are what make us amazing. And then the Shine Tribe, we are leaders who light the way. We want to be that light. And I love this quote that basically says, I am not a rescuer who goes out into in the ship and rescues those who are drowning. I'm a lighthouse that can show people the way. So we don't have to go out and try and pick up people and potentially be dragged down. All we need to do is stand tall and shine our light and be that spark that can just set someone on fire and set someone on a path of health and life. So that's what the Shine Tribe is all about. I'm so honored to lead this team of women, and I would just be thrilled to have you join us. We definitely are from all walks of life, but we love to have fun. We love to be there for each other, be real with each other. There are no pretenses in this team, and it's just an amazing group of ladies. So a little bit about me. I've already shared a little bit. I have 3 wonderful kids, 2 boys and a girl, and an awesome husband who works so crazy hard. And to be honest, he is my biggest motivation for being a coach and being a successful coach. He is literally one of those guys who will work morning, noon, and night to support this family, and he does. And he's a teacher. He has a very long commute. He has a very full class schedule. If you know anything about teaching, he has like 4 different preps, which means 4 different classes that he teaches that he has to prepare lessons for every single week. And some of them are AP classes, which are incredibly challenging. So he's the best. And yet there's so much that he wants to do, leading in our church and other things like that he just doesn't have time for, because his job takes so much. And so my biggest why for being a coach is to free him up, to not have such a high course load, and to be able to invest in our church and in our kids a little bit more than he's able to right now. But he's just awesome, and he has supported me so much in this journey. A little bit about Beachbody. Beachbody is the company that creates at-home fitness programs, and they've created some of the most famous ones like P90X and Insanity and the 21-Day Fix, PiYo, T25. Basically, this company started because they saw the trend of obesity. And this company started, I think, 15 years ago. And so just imagine, it was nothing compared to how it is now, but it was already seeing this trend of obesity and childhood obesity and a rise in diabetes. And they just wanted to figure out a way, like, why aren't people, we know what to do to be healthy, why aren't people doing it? So in their attempt to create a solution to the problem, they said, you know what, people are so busy that to get to a gym and to be there for an hour and a half and then to come home is just too much time. People don't have time like that. So they created programs that you can literally pop in, get done in 30 minutes. They worked with some of the best trainers to really get amazing results. And they work. I mean, if you have any doubt that Beachbody programs work, just Google whatever program it is, and you will find hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of real life transformations. I know that they work because I've seen it with my own eyes in my own body. I've coached over 200 women in these programs, and just time and time again, I'm always shocked, and I'm always like, why am I shocked? I know these work, but every time I see these transformations, they just blow me away. And I think part of the reason why these programs are so successful is not just because they're great programs, but because Beachbody about 7 or 8 years ago decided to create this coaching program. And this program started because there were message boards on Beachbody's website where older, more experienced users of these programs started helping out the newbies, giving them tips, keeping them accountable. They kind of started creating these little challenge groups on the message boards. And those people were getting better results than the ones who were just kind of doing it on their own. And Beachbody thought, you know what? Like, we should really incentivize these awesome people who are reaching out free just of their own desire to help and helping these other people. We should incentivize this. We should come up with a compensation plan for them. So that's how coaching began. Is it kind of started just naturally, because when you start getting healthy and you start feeling great, you just can't shut up about it. You just gotta help people. You want to. It's so rewarding. And it was happening just naturally. And then Beachbody was like, hey, let's incentivize this. This is awesome. So I think over the years, Beachbody programs have just created more and more results for people, because the coaching network has grown bigger and bigger and has come up with better ways to support each other. Because from their research, they found that really having support, having accountability, having someone in your life makes you so much more likely to follow through and to see results. The power comes in actually doing the work. The workouts themselves almost don't matter. It's doing them where the magic happens. And that's what coaching does. So Beachbody has a few core purposes and core values. They are to commit and deliver on their promises, to treat people with respect and courageously forthright, to take initiative to improve everything, and to work with passion, enthusiasm, and common sense. It's an incredible company. I've been so impressed. The CEO right now is donating about $250,000 to the International Justice Mission, just of his own money. And that's an organization that deals with human trafficking. They're always doing stuff like this, donating to these companies. They're really, it's a company with integrity, constantly, time and time again. They're basically telling us as coaches, if you're in this to get rich, get out. We don't want you here. We only want coaches who are committed to helping people, no matter what, no matter the commission. We lead with our hearts. We lead with the desire to help. And every time I hear that from corporate, I'm just like, who are these people? This is so contrary to, big corporation, bottom line is the only thing that matters. It's just not how this company works. And I love that. I freaking love it. So what does a coach actually do? You don't have to be a nutrition specialist or a health specialist or a workout specialist. In fact, the power of being a coach is that you are on the journey along with your challengers. So some of the best coaches are the ones who are starting with like tons of weight to lose. My coach, my sponsoring coach, Becca, when she started, she had like 80 pounds to lose. She has since lost all of that. And it was watching her journey. It was watching her struggle and watching her find solutions to her busy life and just watching her honest journey that inspired me to join her. And that's really the power of being a coach, is sharing our journey and being honest about it and not having to be all professional and perfect. That's just not appealing to me, and that's just not how successful coaches work here. We are just living our life. and trying to live a healthy life, trying to help others, and committed to working hard. I look up to the top coaches in this company so much because a lot of them are moms, and they find time at night during nap time, early in the morning, to help others and to build the dreams for their family. And it's just, when you're in an environment like that, it just rubs off on you. This community is very life-giving. And okay, so why do we do all of this? Why become a coach? What is the end goal? And for me, it's all about freedom. The destination is freedom. Freedom to do what you feel like you're called to do. That freedom is not available to those who are incredibly unhealthy, those who don't have energy, those who have lots of excess weight, those who have diseases like diabetes. Those health problems are keeping you from being free to do what you feel like you're called to do. If you're a mom and you cannot get out of bed in the morning because you're just sick and tired and exhausted, and then you don't have the freedom to do what you're called to do, to be that mom that you want to be. If you want to run ministries and do counseling and do great things with your life, but you have to fall asleep at 6 or 7 o'clock because you just are done for the day, then you're not free. You're not free to do what you feel like you're called to do. And the same with the financial opportunity. If you want, like my husband and I, we have such big dreams for our home being a place in the neighborhood where people can come and we can have barbecues and we can minister and we can be a hub for people, and we can give and we can go out and we can just bless people. And before Beachbody, we were like barely making ends meet. We couldn't go out to dinner ever. We couldn't really get together with people. It was so difficult because we have so many friends in ministry, so many friends who are missionaries, and we would want to support them financially, and it just wasn't there in the budget. And our hearts are literally in shatters because we love these people. We want to support their ministry. This is what we believe in, and we just couldn't. We had no freedom. And so with it's not about the money, but the money allows you to just flow in the way that you feel like you're called. There is a trainer from Beachbody. Her name is Chalene Johnson, and she has this system where she calls it a push goal. And typically your push goal is not necessarily the thing that is most important to you, but it's the thing that makes everything else possible. And I really see health and finances, they're not the most important thing, but they kind of make everything else possible. So if your family is your most important thing, then focusing on your finances, it opens up that freedom in the areas that are most important to you. And so it just makes sense to focus time and energy in building up your health and building up your finances so that you can live the life that you feel like God has called you to. And so often I see friends and family who, because of their health and finances, it's like their hands are tied. And my goal and passion as a coach is to break those bonds and to untie their hands and to let them just become healthy and earn income from home and earn income doing things that they love, going to work with a smile on their face instead of hating every Monday morning. I mean, it's a gift that I want to give to as many people as possible. So I hope that just kind of gave you a little idea of why I love coaching so much, why I share it with so many people, why I can't shut up about it. It's changed my life. It's changed so many of my friends' lives. And I really would love to mentor as many people as I can. I have a personal goal to mentor a certain number of women this year. And it's because I want to give them this amazing gift that I've been given. So I would love to open it up for questions. If any of you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to stop the recording right now so that you're not being shared with everybody else.